talk about this Britt Baker situation and we also got to talk about this Mercedes Moné situation with her calling her fans crybabies because they want her to come back to WWE. Sorry, man, y'all hop onto the video and I'll go ahead and get right to it. Come on, boy. Come here, buddy. Yeah, I got my guest up here with me. So what's up, YouTube? So what's up, YouTube? So what's up, YouTube? What's up? So what's up, YouTube? What's up? If I see somebody watching, whoever watching, go ahead and hit the like button for me. Whoever watching, go ahead and hit the like button for me. And comment below so I know who you are. I'm coming to get you. Right, whoever watching, go ahead and hit the like button for me. All right, I see. Okay, I got 12 people in the building. One person like the video. All right. Okay, y'all go in there. Y'all go in there. He okay. All right, man. I want to talk about Britt Baker wanting out of AEW and Mercedes when they calling her fans a bunch of crybabies because they want her to come back to WWE. All right, man. I'm gonna talk about Mercedes Moné first. I'll talk about Britt Baker first. Okay. Well, Britt Baker wants out of AEW. You know what? I don't blame her not one bit. Because Britt Baker has not been utilized. Britt Baker has not been utilized ever since she feuded with Mercedes Moné and Serena D. Hold on. So yeah, Mercedes Moné, and I'll say, but Britt Baker has not been in a feud, you know, ever since she feud. Britt Baker has not been utilized ever since she feuded with Mercedes Moné and Serena D. She hasn't been utilized since then. So it's like Tony Khan just like he purposely dropped the ball with her. And we all know how he's utilizing Mercedes Moné. She's the belt collector, collecting all these belts and not using them and not defending them. So this is, like I said, I hope and pray Tony Storm is smart, and don't put Mercedes Moné over. So Britt Baker wants out of AEW. Like I said, I don't blame her not one bit because she has not been utilized in a while. And if we all remember correctly, Britt Baker was Tony Storm. I mean, was on Tony Khan's Golden Girl at once upon a time. Yes. What's up? What's up, Ethan? What's up, Stephen? So with that being said, Britt Baker was Tony Khan's Golden Girl at once upon a time. So when Mercedes Moné came along, shit changed all around. Shit changed all the way for her. And Britt is like he just lost interest in Britt Baker. So now Britt Baker wants out of AEW. She hasn't been utilized like that. And I don't blame her not one bit. Because Tony Khan's head is too busy up Mercedes Moné's ass. And he's going to book her strong, although she wasn't a draw. You know what I'm saying? Britt Baker had a better character than Mercedes Moné. And her promos was fucking 10 times better than Mercedes Moné's. Mercedes Moné was not fucking with Britt Baker on the mic by far. Mercedes Moné was not fucking with Britt Baker on the mic by far. Now, in ring ability wise, yeah, Mercedes had a beat. But Mercedes Moné is not that good in the ring herself. So I don't get why she gets called the GOAT. But back to Britt Baker, I can't blame her for winning out of AEW. Because what has she been doing since then? What has she been doing? Nothing. It's been like a year since Britt Baker been utilized. And when she had her feud with Serena D, it didn't cook. It didn't cook. It was no interest in it. And that's that. Britt Baker wasn't doing anything. And Tony Storm hasn't been, and Tony Khan hasn't been utilizing her. So she wants out of AEW. I don't blame her. Only time I really tune in for AEW, don't get me wrong, I had some favorite female wrestlers in AEW, but Tony Storm is my top favorite AEW female wrestler. She's the only one that's
Taylor,
keeping AEW. She's holding AEW by a thread. So, and like I said, since Sting left AEW has not been the same. Like I said, I know Sting is up in age now. He's not going to wrestle forever. But I got to be honest when I say it ain't been the same since he left. So we saw that Mercedes Moné, not Mercedes, but Blake Monroe wanted out of AEW, and she finally got out. So now Britt Baker wants out of AEW. So I don't blame her. Reading the comments, y'all. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I'm sorry I had to come outside. Too much noise in the house. But yeah, man, like I said, I don't blame Britt Baker. Tony Khan doesn't know how to book talent. He didn't utilize Blake Monroe properly. And you saw she left AEW. She wanted out of AEW. She knew she wants out. So now Britt Baker wants out. Because Tony Khan dropped the ball with her. He dropped the ball with her. I don't blame her for wanting out. So where should Britt Baker go? Will she be utilized properly? I say TNA wrestling. I think Britt Baker would fit perfect in TNA. I think she would fit perfect in TNA. I think some say Britt Baker probably wouldn't cut it in WWE because she doesn't have a sex appeal like a lot of the female wrestlers does. Um, don't know if I can. Well, Britt Baker's cute, but she ain't what you would call a sex appeal at all. But she's not a bad looking woman. She's cute for the most part. She's cute, but I wouldn't say she's not really what you would call a sex appeal in my book. But that's why some say that's why she probably wouldn't cut it in WWE. I mean, I really don't know about that because Britt Baker does very solid promos. She does solid promos, not that good for, but she's a great mouthpiece. She always deliver with her promos, and she has a great character for the most part. But in ring ability wise, she never cut it. So if she was to go back to WWE, she wouldn't be that top girl she once was in AEW. She definitely wouldn't. She definitely wouldn't be that top girl she was in AEW. She would definitely be a mid card at best. She would be a, know what I'm saying, she would be a mid card at best. But so yeah, part of me thinks she should go to TNA wrestling. I think she will get utilized very properly in TNA. That's just my opinion. That's just what I think. I could be wrong, but I just think I see Britt Baker. I said Baker. I mean Baker. I see Britt Baker succeeding more in TNA. And for some reason, I does. So so we're gonna see how that all plays out. We're gonna see how that plays out. But I do see her succeeding. Hold on, y'all. I'm getting a drink out the freezer. So yeah. But so I think Britt Baker might be better off in TNA wrestling. She could become a. I think she would become a star in TNA just by her solid promos and her character. That's I see. She probably. That's why I say she would succeed in TNA. I see her have a better shot succeeding in TNA. And don't get me wrong, Britt Baker is not one of my favorite female wrestlers, but I don't have a dislike for her. I don't have a dislike for her. I definitely like her better than Mercedes Moné. I would pick her over Mercedes Moné for sure. I definitely would pick her over Mercedes Moné. But but other than that, man, I don't blame Britt Baker for finally want to escape that dump fire. Somebody else who I want to leave AEW, Anna Jay. Anna Jay is another one. Since she's been there, all she did was be a jobber. Never got over as the TBS Women's Champion. She's never got over like that. All she did was job out to wrestlers. That's all she did. No damn well when she went off against Mercedes Moné. Mercedes Moné won't about to put her over as new TBS Women's Champion, although she rightfully deserved it. No damn well that won't about to happen. and didn't want to put up with Tony Storm. So I don't blame Britt Baker for wanting to get out of AEW. And I was already told that none of the AEW female wrestlers, well, I get the Mercedes Moné, but that's why, man. Yeah, Britt Baker needs to leave and go, and she'll be elevated better than what she was in AEW, and they won't drop the ball with her. Even in TNA wrestling, I don't think Britt Baker would measure up to like. Okay, I don't see her really measuring up as the TNA Knockout Women's Champion. I don't know about that. I don't think she could go that far. Hold on, y'all. I got to check on the dog. You okay? Okay. Making sure he all right. Sorry, y'all. I'm back. So me personally, I think Britt Baker would do pretty good in TNA wrestling. Those are my thoughts. I think she will be better off going to TNA rather than go to WWE. You know what I'm saying? Because she go to WWE, I don't know if she would. Hey, be quiet, y'all. Be quiet. I'm not laughing. Stop. In fact, y'all go back there and watch it. I'll go over here. Y'all watch that back there. Sorry, y'all. Apologies. What's going on, Justin NXT? Welcome to the chat, man. Welcome to the chat. I'm talking about Britt Baker, one out of AEW, and Mercedes Moné calling her fans a bunch of crybabies because they want her to come back to WWE. I'm pretty sure you done heard about both topics. You in the wrestling community just like me. So yeah, man. I say Britt Baker needs to leave AEW. And I say she would be better off than TNA. She will be better off at TNA because I can see Britt Baker being a star in TNA wrestling. Now, like I said, I'm not the biggest Britt Baker fan, but I don't have a dislike for Britt Baker. I do like her way better than Mercedes Moné. Although I'm not the biggest Britt Baker fan, I don't have a dislike for her, and I will pick her over Mercedes Moné any day. But I think she might be better off than TNA wrestling. I could see her becoming a star there. Like if she find a tag team partner TNA, she would become I could see her win her first piece of championship tag team gold in TNA wrestling. And the reason why Britt Baker would do pretty good in TNA. The reason why I say Britt Baker would do good at TNA, because she has the solid promo skills, first and foremost. Then she has a great character. So with both of those attributes of hers right there, she would do good in TNA. Hey, what's going on, Anthony? How you living? Khan better not hold her hostage. I like Britt also. Okay. Oh, he already has, man. Justin, he already has. This is why I'm doing a video calling out that Britt Baker wants out of AEW, which she really does wants out of AEW. This is why I'm doing a video right now, because this is why she wants out of AEW, because he's holding her hostage. Been holding her hostage for a whole damn year now. Britt Baker hasn't done anything since her last two feuds with Mercedes Mone and Serena D. And that's facts on facts. We haven't seen or heard from Britt Baker since those last two feuds. And her feud with Serena D well. I don't know. I mean, she does, man. I don't care for her like that. If you like her, to each his own. Yeah, it would piss him off. But could Britt do good in WWE and NXT due to her promo skills and her character alone? She possibly could make a come up in WWE NXT, possibly. But I tell you what, if Blake Monroe and Britt Baker was to have a feud, I'm going with Blake Monroe hands down. Blake Monroe is one of my top favorite female wrestlers. I love Blake Monroe. Blake Monroe is one of my, top favorite female wrestlers. I'm a massive fan of Blake Monroe. I've been a massive fan of Blake Monroe for a long time. Way went back in her Indies days. That's how long I've been a fan of Blake Monroe, since her Indies days. So Blake Monroe is one of my top favorite female wrestlers. So her and Britt Baker was to have a feud in NXT, I got to go with Britt Baker. But that feud would cook. But if they was to wrestle, Blake Monroe would carry Britt Baker through all of their matches. Let's just call it a spade for spade, bro. Because Britt Baker is not the best wrestler in the world. She's always been green as grass in the ring. She's been carried in a lot of her matches. I can't name a great Britt Baker match that she's had, and somebody had to carry the match for her. She held her end of a bargain. I can't say that about Britt Baker. I can't say Britt Baker ever held the end of her bargain in a one-on-one match against, all her opponents. Not one time she haven't. But I tell you what, her promo, her promo skills, she always delivered. She always delivered. When Britt Baker get that damn microphone in her hand, she delivers all the time. I mean, she delivers all the time. Every time Britt Baker gets that microphone in her hand, she delivers all the time. So if Britt Baker comes to NXT, she possibly could make a come up. Because let's not forget, Britt Baker was in WWE NXT a long time ago, but she was a jobber then. She was a jobber. Nobody knew who she was until she went to AEW. And she made a name for herself in AEW until Tony Khan decided to drop the ball with her over Mercedes Mone. And that's facts on facts. And Mercedes Mone wasn't even a draw in her first AEW debut. And that's facts on facts. And word is I'm hearing, Britt Baker didn't like working with Mercedes Mone. And I see why. So Britt Baker, she needs to leave WWE. Yeah, she probably who knows who probably did, because Mercedes Mone, she might as well say she owns Tony Khan. Might as well say she owns him. And what I think is, take this all into consideration. Mercedes Mone is a belt collector. She doesn't defend any of those titles that she's had. She may have defended against Britt Baker, but when has she really defended that AEW Women's TBS title like that? Less times. She wasn't defending it like that. She just wanted to be a belt collector to feed her ego. And this is why I hope Toni Storm is smart and don't put her over at AEW. Hope Toni Storm retains and give her taste for all medicine. Exactly. Yes. Yes, Justin. All of the above. And belt collector and a born. Yeah. She definitely both. I'm going. Mercedes is just an AEW to feed her ego, and the person who's feeding her ego is Tony Khan. Head all up her ass. He's going to give her whatever she wants to keep her from quitting, from walking out like she did WWE. So like I said, so when Britt Baker leaves WWE, which she wants out, when she finally leaves WWE, when she finally walks out of that dump fire, when she finally escapes that dump fire, when she finally walks out of that dump fire, I think she will be better off in TNA wrestling. Now she could have a better career in WWE because she has great solid promos and she has a great character. Well, some person says she probably won't do good. She wouldn't measure up in WWE as a star because she doesn't have the sex appeal like a lot of the female wrestlers does. And I said, and then always about the sex appeal of female wrestlers. Well, I guess in a way I could probably say sex sells because look at Fatal Influence. Look at Gigi Doll and other wrestlers. Can I say sex sell? I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess I could say it sells. Sex sells. A lot of these female wrestlers over sexualize themselves. So it appears that sex sells in WWE. Because look at Fatal Influence. I like Fatal Influence. Fallon Henley is my favorite member in Fatal Influence. Fallon Henley is my favorite Fatal Influence member. Fallon Henley, she can wrestle. She has one hell of a down punch. Fallon Henley can fucking hit. I remember she knocked the shit out of all Lash Legends. But that shit was loud like a firecracker. I like Jasmine Nix too, but she's not that good of a wrestler. I like JC Jane as well, but she's not one of my favorites like Fallon Henley is. I like Jasmine Nix, but she's not one of my favorites neither like Fallon Henley is. Jasmine Nix or JC Jane are two of my favorites like Fallon Henley is. I like Fallon Henley better than both of them. So I like Jasmine Nix, but she's not one of my favorites like Fallon Henley is. And I like JC Jane, but she's not one of my favorites like Fallon Henley. Like I said, I like Fallon Henley better than both of them. So, yes. So Britt Baker needs to leave AEW. Leave that dump fire. And go to TNA or WWE where you would get elevated better than what you did in WWE. And also, Britt Baker, she needs to leave that. Britt Baker needs to leave that dump fire and go to WWE, NXT, or AE or TNA wrestling where she'll get elevated better than what she did in AEW. So I hope she's smart and she do it. I'm ready for her to leave. And it's just funny how Mercedes is getting all this TV time when she wasn't even a draw. She's overrated. Highly overrated and overhyped out ad. So back to Britt Baker. I wish her nothing but the best when she finally leaves AEW. And hopefully she goes to NXT or TNA wrestling. So I hope Britt Baker does leave AEW, and like I said, she goes to either NXT or TNA wrestling, where she'll get elevated better to her highest extent. So now, putting that aside, let's talk about Mercedes Hogan. Let's talk about her. Well, Mercedes Hogan called all her fans a bunch of crybabies for wanting her to come back to WWE. Okay, first of all, for all these fucking idiots that wants Mercedes Mone back in WWE, please answer me why. Just fucking why. Just fucking why. So she can go back to thinking she's going to get her way again. So she can go back to thinking the women's division revolve around her, and she can hold all the female wrestlers down like she did in AEW. Hey, but we all know that shit is not going to happen. That's the whole damn reason of when Triple H wanted to bring her back. Just when Naomi came back. But for Triple H, asked Mercedes Moné she could come back. Triple H wanted to bring Mercedes Moné back to WWE. And she's going to demand him to pay her more money than Charlotte Flair so she can return. So Triple H was like, no, I don't need you no more. I'm good. So he let her ass stay in AEW. Smartest damn move he could have done. And the fact of the matter is, since Mercedes Moné been gone away from WWE, the women's division has not missed a beat. The women's division has not, missed a beat. You know what I'm saying? Every last one of them are doing the damn thing. Tiffany Stratton is doing her thing as the women's world champion. You know what I'm saying? Io Sky. Well, I'm not gonna say Tiffany Stratton is doing her thing because she ain't really been defending the title like that, nor have Io Sky had. So I've been pissed off about that. They need to start booking them to defend those titles more. But like I said, you know what I'm saying, since Mercedes Moné has been gone away from WWE, the women's division has not missed a beat. Since Mercedes Moné has been gone away from WWE, you know what I'm saying, the women's division has not missed a beat. You know what I'm saying? Everyone has been doing just fine without her. Everyone has been doing just fine without her. Alexa Bliss is doing the damn thing. Liv Morgan is doing the damn thing, although she injured her shoulder. Liv Morgan was in her damn bag. Alexa Bliss is in her bag, although I'm pissed off at the fact that she's teaming up with Charlotte Flair. But you know what? No need me being pissed off about it, because guess what? How do I know Alexa Bliss didn't want to work with Charlotte Flair as a tag team? So that's another thing I learned. Stop getting so mad for these female wrestlers if I don't agree with a booking or a script. Because as far as I know, they probably wanted to work with that wrestler that I dislike so much. So I fell back getting mad for all my favorite female wrestlers like that. Because like I said, I don't know what the hell goes on in WWE. For all I know, Alexa Bliss probably, wanted to work with, Charlotte Flair, and they team up together. And if she did, what the fuck can I say to that? I wouldn't like it, but I'm not then I'm gonna just be over it. If I found that Alexa Bliss wanted to work with Charlotte Flair as a tag team, and for the ones who don't know, I despise Charlotte Flair. I'm not a fan of Charlotte Flair. I'm not the biggest fan of Charlotte Flair. I've always despised Charlotte Flair because of her character. She has an talented character thinking the women's division revolves around her, and she thinks she's female wrestlers. So that's why I never liked Charlotte. And I don't like the fact that Alexa Bliss wants to team up with her. But like I said, I'm done with it because, like I said, how do I know Alexa Bliss didn't want to work with her? So that's why, I stopped getting mad for my favorite female wrestlers like that. Because I don't know what the hell goes on in the WWE company. I cannot agree with it all I want to, and I still don't. And I hope Alexa Bliss eventually gets revenge on Charlotte Flair. I hope she is playing Charlotte Flair like a fiddle, and she turns on Charlotte Flair and remind her of what she did to her at Extreme Rules. And her and Charlotte Flair face off in a pay-per-view match, and Alexa Bliss finally gets her first redemption match against Charlotte by pinning her for the first time in her career. It'll be on Alexa Bliss' resume that she's pinned all four of the Four Horsewomen. That's all I want. So, with that being said, the women's division has not missed a beat since Mercedes Moné been gone. And that's facts on facts. You know, no one needs no one. So I wish she stays gone from WWE because the one division don't the WWE women's division don't need Mercedes Moné. They don't need her at all. I hope she stays going away from WWE because the women's division has not missed a beat since Mercedes Moné been gone. I hope she stays gone. So, my word of advice, man: keep Mercedes Moné away from WWE because if Mercedes Moné comes back to WWE, it's gonna be the most fucked up call ever. If I'm Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, I'm walking out. Any female wrestler that comes back, like I said, to it, you know what I'm saying? I'm walking the hell out because Mercedes ain't gonna come back thinking she can just jump in the front of the damn line and hog all the opportunities. And the crazy thing is, y'all gonna laugh at this. I used to be a fan of Mercedes Moné a long time ago. Yeah, I used to be a fan of Mercedes Moné a long time ago until I seen how big her damn ego was, and I stopped supporting her. This woman doesn't care about her fans like that. You call your fans you call your fans some crybabies because they say they want you to come back to WWE. I mean, come on now. So no. So for all these fans that want her to come back to WWE, that's why she call y'all so much of damn crybaby because she doesn't care about y'all fans like that. He'll know don't bring Mercedes. He'll know don't bring Mercedes back to, you know what I'm saying, the women's division. The WWE women's division has been doing just, you know what I'm saying, fine, you know what I'm saying, without Mercedes Moné. Bringing her back will be the worst fucking decision ever. Because this is why none of the AEW, you know what I'm saying, female wrestlers do not like working with her. Because she doesn't want to put nobody over as the AEW TBS Women's Champion. She don't want to put nobody over. That's why don't nobody like working with her. Don't fucking bring her back to WWE. Bring her back for what? Y'all saying y'all miss her being in WWE for what? So Mercedes Moné came back to WWE, didn't mind. But Mercedes Moné didn't want to, right? She didn't want to. She has an ego problem. Notice she didn't stay in New Japan Wrestling long. Notice she didn't stay in New Japan Wrestling long. Oh yeah, man. Everybody that's in my chat right now, man, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Everybody that's in my chat watching my YouTube video, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Nobody need Mercedes back in they no I'm saying nobody yeah yeah nobody need Mercedes back in WWE. The women's division has been doing just fine without her. Wants to put her saying she's the GOAT and all that kind of shit. What is it really about her that's the GOAT? Because her in-ring ability is not that fucking good. But you got these idiots that wants to boost her damn head up. Got her thinking she's this damn golden girl and she's not. She's not. If it weren't for WWE, will nobody know who the fuck Mercedes Moné is? Better yet, if it weren't for Sir Cousin Snoop, won't nobody know who the fuck Mercedes Moné is? And she act like she's this goddess of professional wrestling. That's what's funny. And you got these fucking simps that's willing to lick her pussy to a drop of a fucking dime and allow her to kick them right in the face. I mean, why would you really allow somebody to be above you like that? You gotta have some self-confidence, have some self-worth about yourself. You actually allow somebody that you don't know, that you never met a day in your fucking life, be above you like that. You giving all your life and energy to them. Well, they wouldn't dare do it for you. It's just a shame, man. So no. Mercedes, yeah, so yeah, man, Mercedes, yeah, so Mercedes, she don't need to come back to the WWE. Don't bring her back. Don't bring her back. I'm gonna call the fans crybabies because they wanted her to come back to the WWE. That's what. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hey, but y'all, so like I was saying, if the WWE is smart, do not bring this woman back. Don't bring her back. You know, because if she come back to the WWE, she could be wanting to push her own weight around. She could be wanting to hold down the women's division. So if they smart, don't bring her back. Don't bring her back. I hope they don't bring her back because bringing Mercedes Moné back to the WWE is just like opening up a can of worms. Bringing her back to the WWE is just like opening up a can of worms. Why would you want to do that to your company? Yeah, bringing her back to the WWE is just like opening up a can of damn worms. Because all she can do is be wanting to push her weight around. Sorry, y'all. What up, Devon Daly? Sorry about outside, man. A lot of noise and stuff there. I could barely see, look at the camera and stuff. So, yeah, her ego is out of control, man. It's out of control real bad. So, like I said, bringing Mercedes Moné back to WWE is just like opening up a can of worms. So no, don't bring her back. You know what I'm saying? Because all it's gonna take for Tony Khan to start putting his foot down and stop giving her way like he's doing. And then Mercedes Moné, she's going to get, you know what I'm saying? She's going to get, you know what I'm saying? Then she's going to want to walk out of his company. He stopped giving her away, then she's going to want to walk out of his company. But if I were him, I don't give a fuck about her getting mad. Yo, go ahead and walk out of my company. Walk right out of my company. I don't care. I don't need you. I don't need you here. She needs to be shown. And then all about her. And let you know she doesn't, like I said before, and I'm going to say it again. Mercedes Moné has the dumbest fan base and she knows it. And I said it before because that time when she requested that 6 feet rule and they all were dumb enough to go along with it. I would have turned right the fuck around and she gonna charge $90 for a pic with her being 6 feet away from her. Like I said, I would have turned right the fuck around. And put some bubble bath in there. I would have turned right around. People like that gotta be shown. People like that gotta be shown. If you want to be person, man, she's been she's destroying her legacy. She is. You know, come up here, you know, thinking everybody in AEW owe her something. This is exactly why none of the AEW female wrestlers do not like working with her. None of the female wrestlers in AEW don't like working with her. So, like I said, I hope Light Hill Tony Storm don't put her over to win that AEW Women's Championship. She don't need to win. And you got these goofy simping over her, calling her the GOAT and all that shit. I'm like, what really makes Mercedes Moné the GOAT? What, because y'all think she cute? Yeah, that's why some fans say she the GOAT. Because they think she cute. Zelina Vega is way more reliable than Mercedes Moné. See, Zelina Vega is humble. That's another thing I love about Zelina Vega. She's very humble. She's very humble, and she's grateful. You could tell Mercedes Moné is ungrateful. She just want to have all the spotlight. See, one title for her wasn't enough. One title for her wasn't enough. She had to be a damn belt collector and not defend another title. Just have the belts to fulfill her resume and her ego. She won all those titles, not to defend them, but to feed her ego. That's why. She won all those titles to fulfill her ego. And this is why Tony Storm don't need to put her over. People like Mercedes Moné, she needs to be humble. When I see all these goofies in the wrestling community calling her the GOAT and simping over her and stuff like that, I just find it laughable. I find it laughable. Because what really makes her the GOAT? What really makes her the GOAT? And I believe I already know I got the answer to that. Because they think she cute. They think she cute. That's why. Like I said, it be these wrestling fans that shits on wrestlers like Nikita Lyons, Tiffany Stratton, Zelina Vega. Yeah, it be wrestling fans that shits on Nikita Lyons, Tiffany Stratton, Chelsea Green, Roxanne Perez, and Zelina Vega. Would be the same ones to overhype Mercedes Monet when she has a cringe ass character, shitty promo. So, like I said, the same wrestler that shit on Nikita Lyons, Mar. Sorry. So, like I said, the same wrestler that shit on Nikita Lyons, Tiffany Stratton, who else? Roxanne Perez. The same wrestler that shit on Nikita Lyons, Tiffany Stratton, Chelsea Green, Roxanne Perez, and Zelina Vega be the same ones to overhype Mercedes Monet when she has a cringe ass character. Don't even get me started on her shitty ass promos. The promos are awful, and she's not that good of a wrestler. And they also be the same ones to overhype Jade Cargill when she is green as grass in the ring. That's what's funny. And every wrestler that I just named are way better wrestlers than Mercedes Monet and Jade Cargill. That's the funny thing. And what's funny, they want Jade Cargill to be the person to dethrone Tiffany Stratton. It's so bad for the women's world title. And I just laugh because Tiffany Stratton is a way better wrestler. Tiffany Stratton is way better than Jade Cargill is, not even close. Trish Stratus is what, and I was so happy, and nothing made me happy seeing Trish Stratus return last night. Trish Stratus is one of my top favorite female wrestlers, just like Tiffany Stratton. So Trish Stratus is 10 times better than Jade Cargill, and it's not even close. Trish Stratus is one of my top favorite female wrestlers, just like Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, Natalia, and Tiffany Stratton. She's right up there with those four. And she's 10 times better than Jade Cargill, and it's not even close. Zelina Vega so overrated. It's nasty work. She can barely go in the ring and cut a good promo. Exactly. Zelina Vega do way down better promos than Mercedes Monet. That's what I find funny. Like, if you saw, I know everyone saw Oscar versus Jade Cargill at Night of Champions. The match lasts 8 minutes. Through that whole match, Oscar carried Jade Cargill. You tell she did her best to make Jade Cargill look good, and the shit didn't work. It didn't work. It didn't work. But Jade Cargill still won, and she got over anyway, which is I'm not surprised she was. Oh yeah, man, I love Xia Li. I love me some Xia Li. Xia Li is one of my favorite female wrestlers. Hell yeah, Xia Li would run circles around Jade Cargill in the ring, man. Xia Li would run circles around Jade Cargill in the ring. Jade Cargill is not touching Xia Li in wrestling. Jade Cargill is not touching Xia Li in wrestling. Xia Li would run circles around Jade Cargill. And she would run circles around Mercedes Monet. want to give Mercedes Moné all this praise when she's not that damn good in the ring. And like I said, I know why a lot of people give her all this praise because they think she cute. A lot of fanboys be simping over her. We out there in the ring, baby saying CEO. She be out there bouncing like she about to come to the damn ring and strip. This woman character is awful. She is. B-Fab is a way better seller than the Mercedes Moné and Jade Cargill for sure. She's a better wrestler than both of them. And I'm not the biggest fan of B-Fab, but B-Fab can wrestle because B-Fab be training and, you know what I'm saying, Natalia's dungeon. Yeah, B-Fab be training with Natalia. So I just find it laughable. These fans are crying, wanting Mercedes Moné to come back to WWE. And she literally showed them how the hell she really felt about him. Bringing Mercedes Moné back to WWE is just like opening up a can of damn worms. Who people crying because, you know what I'm saying, they want to come back to WWE, and I'm like, who cares? I don't. I wanted to stay gone. Yeah, let her stay gone. The women's division has not missed a beat since she's been gone. WWE has been, you know what I'm saying, fine without Mercedes Moné. Everyone had been doing just fine. And her fan base is by far the worst. Mercedes Moné's fan base is by far the worst. You say you're not a fan of her, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. So all you gotta say is not a fan of her. They throw the race card at you. She got a legend under her wing. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah. All these fans, man, bitching about Mercedes when they want her to come back to WWE. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, who cares? Who the hell cares? The women's division has not missed a beat since she's been gone. They have been doing just fine without her. Now, one because when she come back, she gonna think she can just jump the front of the line and just get her way. So yeah, keep her gone. Keep her gone. And the moment Tony Khan finally gets fed up and he stops giving her way, then she's gonna walk out of his company. Nobody need her, man. Nobody need her. And on top of that, she wasn't even a draw when she came to AEW. She wasn't even a draw on her first debut when she came to AEW. So please keep her away. Oh yeah, I love Natalia, man. I've been a fan of Natalia for over a decade. Natalia is one of my top favorite female wrestlers. I've been a fan of hers for over a decade. You know, she's in WWE Evolve. I need to start watching WWE Evolve now. I know what time it comes on Wednesdays. I think it comes on Wednesday at 7 or 8 o'clock. But I need to start watching them. What time does WWE Evolve come on Wednesdays? Clue me in. Let me know. Let me know in the comment section. But I need to start watching WWE Evolve because now I got two of my favorite female. No, I got three of my favorite female wrestlers over there, and that's Natalia, Nikita Lyons, and Zeta Steele. Zeta Steele is one of my new favorite female wrestlers, and Nikita Lyons is one of my favorite female wrestlers, of course. And Natalia is one of my top favorite female wrestlers. So I got three of my favorite female wrestlers in um, WWE Evolve. 7. Okay, I thought it was 7 o'clock. All right, well I need to start watching WWE Evolve more to catch up on watching Natalia, Nikita Lyons, and Zeta Steele. Those three the only reasons why I watch WWE Evolve. So yeah, man, keep Mercedes Moné the fuck away from WWE. Nobody, she don't need to come back. What's so good about bringing her back? What, so she can whine, cry, and bitch it up and think she can get her way? Because she can hold down the women's division like she's doing in AEW? And this all ties into why none of the AEW female wrestlers don't like working with her. Because all she do is want to feed her own ego by keeping that title. So for all these fans crying about her, wanting her to come back to WWE, the fuck are you whining about? That's just like opening up a can of damn worms. But that's okay. I'm glad. Although I can't stand Mercedes Moné although I can't stand Mercedes Moné with a passion. That's actually good. She called her fans a bunch of crybabies because that's what they get for defending her. Nobody need her back in WWE. For what? To think she can get her way and hold down the women's division? Not put nobody over as women's champion? That's not gonna happen because one person who she's gonna clash with that's definitely not having it is Charlotte Flair. Her Charlotte Flair is gonna clash. And I can't stand Charlotte Flair with a passion either, but I will say one thing, Charlotte Flair is not gonna let that shit go down. Because Charlotte Flair loves the spotlight too. So you think she's gonna let Sasha Banks come back and think she's gonna take all the spotlight from her when she wants it all herself? And speaking of Charlotte Flair, she responded to fans saying how she's handling every opportunity and all that. And I'm like, Natalia, you are. I'm like, Natalia, okay, you are. You are handling everything. Now, I'm not saying I blame you for that, like some of these wrestling fans are doing. I'm not blaming you, but I know you can't help the way you book. But I got the right to call the shit out and tell the truth that you're highly overrated. You're handling everything. You're handling everything, and that's facts on facts. Some you earn here and there, but that was every damn blue moon. Other than that, you was handed every title. I already take 215, 16 Sasha over. Yeah. But she had a damn ego then, man. That's when I used to be a fan of her. I used to be a fan of Sasha Banks. When she left WWE, her ego completely got exposed. So I started supporting her right then. Yeah, I started supporting Mercedes Moné right then and there. But no, keep her the hell away from WWE. Because enough already, no female wrestlers didn't like working with her in AEW because she didn't want to put no down body over. She didn't want to put them down body over to win the AEW Women's Championship. So don't put it on. So like I said, I hope Tony Storm is smart and don't put Mercedes Moné over at, you know what I'm saying, AEW All In. Now, who I wouldn't mind Now who I wouldn't mind going over as an AEW Women's Champion is Jamie Hayter. Jamie Hayter is one of my favorites. You know what I'm saying? Jamie Hayter is one of my favorites just yet, but I do like Jamie Hayter. Yeah, I love Jamie Hayter. She's one of my favorites, but I do like her. She's not one of my favorites just yet, but I do like her. But yeah. So I want my Jamie Hayter winning the AEW Women's Championship. But don't give that shit to Mercedes. Mercedes may win the AEW Women's Championship outright, and I will not be watching AEW like that. I'm pretty pissed that Eva Marie is better than Mercedes. Eva Marie never been the best wrestler in the world too, but I will say I do like Eva Marie. Yeah, Eva Marie, you know what I'm saying? Eva Marie never been the best wrestler in the world, but I've always have liked Eva Marie. Remember what that fan said to her on Total Divas one time? That was fucked up. But yeah, man. Bringing Mercedes Moné back to AEW. I mean, bringing Mercedes Moné back to WWE is just like opening up a can of worms. Keep her the hell away. Keep her away far as possible. With that being said, I'm going to shut this thing down, man. Thanks for everybody watching and commenting, sharing your thoughts and everything whatnot. And with that being said, it's your boy Hitman D, and I'm going to sign out.